two Baileys here, both authors and have written the book. And I'm going to invite Jacqueline Bailey to come on. Jacqueline, please turn on your microphone and your video and come on and tell us about your book.
Am I, wait, what? Oops.
Yeah, you're good.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Jacqueline.
There we go.
Floor is yours.
My name is Jacqueline, as you all know, Bailey. I actually am the mother of 3, grandmother of 12, and great-grandmother of 3. You know, and I love children, but I only had 3, but I love children. And one of the reasons why I wrote this book is because I see so much of our young generation struggling with image, and they think they have to do so much. They don't believe in themselves. They want to be more. They strive. They think that who they are or what they are is never enough, and it's sad to see so much pain in such a young generation that should be doing so well in a society that have basically everything that they, supposedly need, and so when I wrote this story, it was to reach those ones who felt like they're not seen or they're not heard, or who they are is not enough, and what they can do is not enough, and that they're not capable of being strong or important. And that really was the reason behind this writing of this story. And I really hope that my desire is that it reach those ones that nobody sees, and that believe nobody see or understand them, or see their pain. That's the reasoning behind this book. Okay, wait.
Do you want to, perhaps, no, I was just thinking if you wanted to, you continue. Do you want to read a little bit of your book, or tell us about the reason why you wrote this book?
I already did give a reason why. One of the passages that I really like is on page 26, where it is there, he says, I can't believe I was chosen for such a task. But now I know I am important and that my Creator has a purpose for me. Yes, I am small and not very strong, but I was available, and that is what Jesus needed to me. So he needed me to be. So even though he is admitting that, acknowledging that he is small and he's not very strong, he still, was able to accomplish something because of the person who saw his potential. He didn't see potential in himself, but Jesus did. And Jesus spoke to that potential. And even though it was, it was shocking to him that he was seen or that he could be used in such a powerful way, it really helped him to acknowledge that we all have a purpose. The title of the book is The Little Donkey with Hidden Destiny. That's for someone in the chat that's asking that question.
Yeah, so here's a copy of, you got it, terrific. Yeah.
Can you see it well? Because my blur's on, so when it might be better for you.
I'll put it up
there
for you.
You go.
Here it is, a children's book, 32-page, high gloss, high quality, really great stuff you've put together here. The story alone is very, very moving for young kids and adults. And just from the donkeys, what an ingenuitive way that you present this by telling the story from the donkey through the donkey's eyes.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, because it's like the movie Hidden Figures, everybody is concentrating on the rocket that get launched into space, but there were so many smaller minorities that was there, and the donkey, his part was important, and obviously Jesus did everything with purpose. So it was not just a matter of just a random donkey. There was a purpose for him. And just Jesus walked him into his purpose.
Mhm,
And I think that was just wonderful. So I
mhm.
just wanted people to hear that story from his point of view, like how he was feeling at the time he was chosen for
Right,
such
right.
a task.
Yeah,
So that was it.
yeah. And I don't want to give the whole story away because I mean it's such a great story, but you came up with a creative way of telling the story with the donkeys talking to the two flies. You want to tell me about that? The two flies and the friends, and
Oh,
why the
man,
flies? Why the
where
flies?
do you see a donkey without a fly? They're always there. They're always annoying. And,
Yeah,
and even in the book, I pointed out the importance even of flies that we see as an annoyance, right? So
right,
they have a purpose. When God put the plagues on the Egyptians to let his people go, flies was a part of that great story.
right,
So to
right.
put the two together where people would have seen, an annoyance and a bother and something that was of no help and no
Yeah,
use to anyone, and the way
yeah.
how the Holy Spirit just bring it together in me and put it and help me to display it. I think it was just awesome.
Indeed, indeed, because I mean the traditional story of the Easter story, as many people refer to it, know the story of Jesus coming in, walking with riding the
Always,
donkey and so on, and the
always,
focus
yeah.
is always certainly on that scene there, and a number of other things when it comes to the Easter story. But I mean, you took a different spin and just the donkey really telling his story and turning that into a purpose, and then of course the flies really being so paramount in this is in cheering the donkey up. And then at the end, they witness the whole, their good friend, doing this amazing thing, which is carrying, the Jesus. I mean, what a terrific, creative way of presenting the story.
It
And I
was
think,
amazing.
yeah, do you want to talk about Easter this time, the time of the year where this could be very useful for schools or churches
Yes,
going on?
most definitely schools, Sunday schools, regular schools, because the age group, and like someone else in the said, my friend Juliet Rainey Brown, she has a wonderful crafting. She said something was so important. It's a good story for the young as well as the older ones. And I'm like, I never even looked at the fact that older people might be interested in reading it. But then when I read it for myself again, from my point of view now, not from a child's point of view, I was like, you know what? It does have some truths in there. It does have some truths in there that adults can enjoy and can also recognize as part of what they're going through, because it's not just children who are struggling in this generation.
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
Everybody is going through something.
mhm, mhm.
There's so much mental stress out there,
Right,
and so many people who struggle with a disbelief in themselves. It's just
right,
amazing.
right. And I read it to my nieces and nephews who are 9, 10, 11 age group, and they
Mm.
absolutely love the story. And also to a good friend bought it for his 10-year-old
Yeah,
and
and
loved it
he
too.
was, yeah, he was like, awesome, awesome
Right.
story. Yeah.
What was the initial age group you had in mind? I see the chat question coming in the chat there. What was the initial age group that you had in mind?
Well, I figured that we can speak to our youth from small. So I was looking at maybe like 8 till
Mhm,
maybe 10, 12, because it's in that age group where they struggle so much with identity, so much
mhm,
with self. They struggle, they don't know where they fit. It's such a hard thing for this generation, right? So
mhm,
that's the generation I was looking to speak to see that they have value. Society might tell them they need to be more, but who they are right now has value. They are worthy of love. They're worthy of interest. They're worthy of, people seeing and hearing them.
mhm.
So that was mainly it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, age 10 to, sorry, age 8 to 12, I agree with you. And I mean, outside of that scope, younger than that, is, those younger kids would love the pictures in here, the illustrations, the donkey. I don't know if I can show some of these on screen, the donkey is so
Yeah.
happy. and throughout there, just the imagery that you've captured and displayed in this children's book is very, very well done. The artwork, I mean, you proved everything, and we work with you every step of the way on this. But
I
just
know
the
you
artwork,
have the phenomenal. I'm
the artwork.
patient. Oh my goodness, people. If you need a patient publisher, there you go.
Yeah, but you knew what you wanted, Jackie. You knew what you wanted, and that's the beauty of
I
it.
did, but
Yeah, so,
sometimes trying to get to it was not like 1 to 2. It was 1 to 5, come back
yeah.
to 3, go to 4, and then we get to 2.
Well, it was a pleasure working with you. And is there anything else you want to say? As we talked about, I mean, this should really be in schools and churches and people's homes and
Yes,
so on.
I
Or
would
anything else you want to
definitely like that when, yes, I want to see it in churches. I would like to see it in schools. I would like to see it as, in libraries, whatever. But what I would really love is have it in homes and
Mhm.
parents speak life to their
Mhm.
children through this
Right.
book.
Right.
Let them know that they do not have to be perfect by society's standards, that they're perfect in their eyes, and that
Mhm.
God has a purpose for them. They're
Mhm.
not useless. They're not a waste. They're not a mistake. They are purpose driven because
Right.
God knew them before they came into this earth. So that's it. I just love for moms and dads to have their kids, see them in a chair, have them lie on the beds, and just speak life to them through these books, so that they don't have to worry about what society say they should or shouldn't look like, and what they should or shouldn't do to be accepted.
Exactly. Well said. I'm going to just close off my piece here, and then I'll turn it back over to you. But I'm going to put up, I don't know if anybody can see this, my favorite picture in the book.
It's a little
This
bit
is the one,
glary.
it's a little glary, is it? Oh, it's too
Yeah.
bad, because there's the one with the donkey, and they've got the flies on the ears.
On his ears.
It's hard to see, unfortunately. But you know what? Maybe at the end I can flip through digitally so folks can see it. But I see somebody asking about a 6-year-old and in the chat, and I see a few
And
questions.
yeah, they say they read it. Oh wow, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Awesome. Okay,
Wonderful.
how can they get your book, Jackie?
Through your corporation, True Communications. You can also get it on Amazon, as also Bookology through what's it, Barnes and Noble.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
and
So